I want to cover somebody else.
Most people just don't want to deal with them because on average, they just are not good, genuine people to be around. They're good to look at. They're good to work in brothels. They're good to try to take over a bar. They're good when they're handing you food as like their waitress, or they're on a call center or something like that. But anything other than that, we really don't want 85% of y'all around. Just leave. It's sad to say, but it's the reality on it.
What up, what up, what up, what up? We back. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more people come in here. Looking at me, the $15 live stream goal to stay on 2 hours. If not, I'm probably going to get off around 1 hour. Cash App pinned to the top of the chat. PayPal in the description. Cash App in the description. Or you could do Super Chat, Super Sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Other than that, let me just make sure everything good on the sound end, and then we're going to get started. If not,
I want to cover somebody else since the end of the year. This is a throwback to somebody who we haven't covered in a long time. I want to cover somebody else since the end of the year. This is a throwback to somebody who we haven't covered in a long time because they faded from relevancy. Turns out scamming for so long just doesn't work out.
You can call me Mike, and I'm calling from St. Louis, Missouri.
Pause. Now, you might not know who this man is. This man with a hoodie, wearing a Philadelphia Eagles beanie. This is none other than Donovan Blunt. His career's fallen off completely. He had the most embarrassing marriage we ever saw, poured it upside down.
Okay, guys, this is it. We were going to get married. There you go. You ready? Let's go.
His vows were essentially like, hey, aren't you glad I fucking accepted you, bitch? Are you happy? Here you go. Take that ring, whore.
I'm glad that I made you into the woman you are today.
Now, I just want to say, I think it's fine to have like a relationship where you're the man of the house and you run shit. That's beautiful. I mean, you want to do that? I don't care, bro. But you gotta embarrass your girl, make her look like a fucking retard online. For what, YouTube views? That's embarrassing. And then if you look at the crowd at the wedding, bro, there's a bunch of red pill dorks who look like they never seen Punan.
A bunch of boys.
oh gosh. See, I don't know where to start. The red pill is just the truth. I mean, y'all trying to make it like a group, but the red pill is just, in my opinion, it's just the truth about female nature. That's it. I would never do this type of content. What would you call this? Like beefing back and forth with people content? It's pretty lame. Let's hear him out.
You know, you gotta get your big boys, your best boys around you. Boys, this is boys being boys.
Now,
Even when it's your wedding.
believe it or not, this dork was relatively popular. He used to scam quite a lot of men because he believed his grift, but he fell off completely. And now, in order to stay relevant, he decided to do some call-in shows. And I want you guys to listen to the caller and pay attention. I'm not gonna say nothing, just pay attention.
What are you calling about today? What's on your mind?
I have a feeling that my girlfriend might be cheating on me, but I don't have proof, and so I'm not 100% sure she is cheating.
Okay. Okay. First things first. Let's get some basic information here. How old are you, and how old is she?
We're both 29.
Okay. And how did the two of you meet?
I met her at church at a
Yo, that's AI.
like a
That's AI. What, play that shit?
Minister, there was like this singles group
Okay, right.
where, you know, if you're single, you go to the group, you kind of mingle. I don't want to call it speed dating, but obviously the group was formed so that people at the church who were single, men and women, can get together and meet. And we met there and we ended off and we started dating shortly after.
Okay, and how long have the
That's
two of you
AI.
been together?
Yeah. I could see the fucking side brackets and shit. That's 100% AI. I actually passed it through a filter and it said, bitch, that's us. So for anyone wondering, yes, this man is deep faking or fake AI calling himself, pretending like he's got fans. And that's how hard these scammers have fallen off.
You know, that's another thing that get overused on the internet, grifter and scammer. That term too loosely. Like what is let's Google what a grifter is, folks. To me, scamming is you like stealing people money. If I sell an album, I mean, well, I guess there's something. Or you're either stealing people money or you're getting people money based on false pretenses or something, or like if I told people I'm gonna sell y'all my full length album, it's gonna be the dopest album of all time, and then you get it and it's just birds chirping, and I sold that to you and you thought it was gonna be like a full rap album, then you can say I'm a scammer. I scammed them. I got their money under false pretenses. Just because a motherfucker sell red pill coaching lessons, that don't make him a scammer. But let's see what the word grifter actually means. What does the word grifter mean? A grifter is a con artist or a swindler who obtains money or profit through dishonest means, typically using charm, deceit, and manipulation rather than force. Okay, so let's read that again. A grifter is a con artist or swindler who obtains money or profit through dishonest means. So, what is y'all? What are you guys's? What argument do you guys have to say that he's a scammer, that he's stealing people's money, or he's being dishonest to people to get their money? Okay, let's say that was an AI caller. I still wouldn't consider that scamming. I mean, it's stupid and goofy, but it wouldn't be a scam or a grift unless he says, "Hey guys, pay me $10 today to hear me talk with real live people and I'll answer their questions." And then turns out it was AI, then you could say he scammed people out of money. They thought they was gonna have real people calling in asking questions, but it was AI. But whatever. Let's continue.
Instead of just admitting that things have not gone well for them, they want to build their fan bases up. They have to pretend that somebody called them with a problem.
But people know.
Let's go to Donovan Sharpe's page. I don't know if he got kicked off YouTube. I haven't heard from him in a while too. But one thing I do know is he has a fan. He's been on YouTube for years. So I don't think he has to do something now to try to build a new fan base. I'm pretty sure he has plenty of diehard fans. He's been on YouTube for at least 10 years minimum. So let's look him up. Cause they just saying shit. Um. So let's see. What's Donovan? I'm spelling it wrong. Hmm. 170 or daily dating wisdom. Oh no, that ain't his. Wait, hold on. He might have got kicked off and came back on. Uh, Or I don't even know if this is really his page or a backup page or something. This only got 7,000 subscribers, but it has 1,000 videos. This is probably his original page. Yeah, his numbers are way freaking down. So I guess they're right about that. I'm pretty sure he's on other platforms too. And I think his Patreon is pretty lit. Hold on. Oh yeah, he's straight. Yeah, he's straight. It says $1,383 a month. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, his lowest tier was $8. Um, that's closed. Hold on. Let's just say all of his subscribers are $10 a month. So let's see. I mean, he's making minimum like what 7,000-8,000 a month. Not too bad. Just to make content. So I don't know, man. Let's go back. We only gonna watch a couple more minutes of this. Well, it ain't that long to begin with. It's only 5 more minutes left.
People are aware that's AI. Well, he said he was quitting.
It's been pretty clear. It's been fairly clear for a while that this just isn't profitable for me anymore.
Because what happened?
Got a Patreon where he apparently makes about 1,700 Canadian, which is about 1,400 American, which is great money.
That's
God
good
bless you.
money.
If I'm struggling, that's great. Got a bunch of pictures of his wife who he
Well, the reason why hold on. He said it wasn't profitable for him anymore. I mean, yeah, the YouTube shit. I don't see how he only makes $1,000 though. If his lowest tier is $10, but then I guess all those people may not be paid members. It says 859 members, but I guess most of those could be free members. I mean, it is what he did. It is what he did. It is what it is. Run. Let me see. When April 15th, he's reviewing Temptation Island. He only got 2 likes. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's rough out here. It's a content creator. Hope he was investing while he was up. That's the lesson we can learn from this.
Kobe. And
Was that your ring?
that was my ring. Pick it up, bitch. That's how he talks to her,
I ain't
though.
pay- I ain't picking
I'm
up shit.
not, but you, that's how he actually talks to her. And if you guys read it, it says educates men on how to be successful with women. My guy, you can't even be successful with dudes.
Pause.
Just saying, you can't even get dudes to call in and offer you your problems. It is crazy how much these guys have fallen off. But you know the worst part about Donovan Sharpe is that if he was just an authentic person who admitted his faults, admitted when he was vulnerable and sucked, I think he would have retained fans. But he keeps pretending, and that's what all these guys do in this space. That's why they all
That's a stupid fucking statement. I mean, these niggas is look. That's what all these guys do in the space. So all of the thousands of red pill content creators, I'm sure, all of them do that, huh? Whatever.
End up losing more and more over time is that they all pretend. Tate pretends to be this alpha male, loses, makes excuses, says it's God, doesn't know why he gassed out.
I got tired after the second round, and I don't know why.
Fresh and Fit lose, say they're going to quit YouTube 5 times in a row, never fucking leave.
Rolo, same thing.
Rolo's been married for 50 years. What does he know about online dating? I don't care what that fucking guy says. It's just the same pattern with all these people. They pretend, and then you peer behind the curtain, it's like, wow. Not only are you guys frauds, but y'all don't even try hard.
The information is either true or it's not. I mean, honestly. So even if all these dudes are douchebags and this and that, if what they're saying is true, that's what I'm saying. All the detractors, all the manosphere and red pill detractors, they have to just attack. They just have to do personal attacks because they can't disprove the points. All they can do is try to make fun of you or call you names.
You know what's most offensive about it? Is this motherfucker didn't have the judgment to listen to that call and be like, this sounds super stupid. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know how to scam properly. You're taking advice from a guy, not only is he not like manly in any type of way, but he don't even know how to like effectively defraud people.
Well, he thinks he's more intelligent than he actually is. That's pretty much what happens. You see that often. For some people, it's going to work. But some other people, most people, it's not.
To me, it's also like, yeah. Don't even turn that off because Law & Order wouldn't record an episode on this.
Let's see. 300. Hey, these niggas up. I can say what I want about them, but this video came out yesterday and it already got 313,000 views. Yeah, these niggas up. They may be corny, but they up.
It's sad, but let's keep listening to this fake call because I want to hear what Donovan has to say to this person he made up.
Okay, and are you guys living together?
We were until about a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay. And why are you not? Actually, let me ask you this. How long had you lived together before you guys, either you or her, moved out?
Well, we started living together, I think 3 months after we started dating, and we had been living together until she moved out a month and a half ago. And by the way, she moved in with me. I didn't move in with her.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be my next question. So why did she move out?
She said she needed a bigger place for her and her daughter.
Oh wow, so she has a daughter. How old is her daughter?
She turns 11 in December.
Oh wow, okay, so that means she had her daughter. What is this? 2025. What did she have her daughter? What, 19? I think.
No, actually, she was 18. She got pregnant her senior year in high school.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so she was 18 when she had the kid. How's her relationship with the baby daddy?
Non-existent. He's in prison for armed robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, and I think drugs too, but don't quote me on that. But she also talked about how he was addicted to heroin. And
I want y'all to know this is a 13-minute video.
So he's just going back and forth with AI.
With a script he wrote.
13 minutes of me talking to AI. You said you would quit, so what are you still doing here?
Also, that's also another like thing that people do. We're leaving YouTube. I think if I Google Fresh and Fit, let me see. We are quitting YouTube. This is a live and uncut moment. I'm gonna just... And you see what happened, guys?
What?
I made a bold claim.
You didn't back it up?
No, I'm pretty sure they have said it like 2-3 times, but
I mean, yeah, you niggas just be talking. All right. I've never seen the appeal. I mean, I ain't hating on them. They doing anything, doing way better than me. I'm never gonna be successful. but it's cool. I do it out of love. I've never seen their appeal. I never found them funny, interesting. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, and our live streams are ghetto and just unpolished and this and that. But a lot of motherfuckers is kind of whack YouTubers. Like, I'm not trying to be that way, but I'm just speaking in general. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. But when you really think about it, what percentage of YouTubers that you watch, or even that I watch, I'm thinking about it, that are who are genuinely gifted in the field? Sinful to P was a talented motherfucker as far as being a YouTuber. He was funny, he was entertaining, he had some wisdom about himself. Like I'm not trying to, slong. I don't even want to do that. I'm not trying to jock ride, but you could see why he had popularity and notoriety to some extent. I think he had 100,000 subscribers. He passed. Rest in peace, Sinful to P. But even a star, Troy Terrain star, he's entertaining. He's funny. He has some intelligence and wisdom about himself. Interesting perspectives. A lot of motherfuckers who are huge on YouTube, I look at them just like, what's good about this? It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's not educational. They don't have a unique perspective. Like, it's just some random motherfuckers just saying shit. But whatever. Hey, let's move on. I guess that's probably what I do. Right? I'm just a random motherfucker saying shit. Guess I'm a hypocrite.
Remember, perception is leverage. So you have to understand how you are perceived by others so that you can manipulate your world, your reality, and oftentimes theirs. Remember, most people are not that smart, right? And so when I talk about men, right?
Now let's talk about it for real. Like, hold on. Let me hold on. Now, like, let me see what this is real quick. Divine Photos. All right, we'll go over a couple of minutes of this, but
let me speak on this briefly. The chocolate girl, beautiful girl. I think her name is Ashley Janae. Chocolate, beautiful, absolutely stunning. Met some white guy, started dating him. He took her over to Tanzania for her 31st birthday. And this is a grown woman. This is a grown woman. Went over to Tanzania with this white guy that she was dating for her 31st birthday. He proposed. And a few days later, she's found dead in the hotel room, apparently hanging. And we all know what happened. We all know that girl did not take no trip to Africa for her birthday, got proposed to, and then killed her. So we know that's not what happened.
well, here's the thing, though. Look, I don't know. It take a cold motherfucker to get away with deleting somebody and then hanging them up on the wherever, and the forensic scientists and stuff not being able to figure out that you deleted her and then hung her up and made it look like a sewer ride. But I don't know. I just from what I seen on the TV, it seemed like that would be hard to get away with. I'm gonna delete you, then prop you up. Well, I'm gonna delete you and then hang you up like a Christmas ornament, and they gonna think that you actually hung yourself up like a Christmas ornament. Like, whatever.
I'm an idiot. Explain it. No. Prove it. What did I say?
You've been cutting me off and dismissive to a woman. So if you actually really care about women, you will listen to what a woman says. But to be honest, you've been focused on this man right here. You've been focused on a man. So my young king, I don't really think you like women.
She's dressed like a prost. You're dressed like a prost.
I really don't like this nigga. I mean, I could tell he on some fuck shit. But we'll go over a minute or two. But yeah, I don't fuck with him. These street interview niggas is usually weird. They're usually pretty weird. It's like antagonizing, like going up to people to try to like antagonize them on purpose instead of just asking them genuine questions. I just don't respect it.
She said I don't respect women, and it's very clear. I respect women that respect themselves. Hold on. Let me put this down. You said what? She is. You got an issue? All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I mean, it could be staged. Let me tell you. Let me do it like this. She is dressed like a prostitute, but look, people don't get in situations like this. Don't do street interviews for one. I mean, it's probably fake, but I'm still just gonna use it as a teachable moment. Don't do street interviews. And when you out in the streets with all these fuck niggas that are out in these streets, just look, walk away from everything. Just walk away from fucking everything. Ain't none of this shit worth it. This stupid shit. Now, if this is real, which really doesn't seem like it is, the way he put that stuff down and tried to like fake square up, shit don't seem real at all. What I do want to say is, if you don't got control of your bitch, it can get you killed out in these streets. Like, see, these are the type of moments when you really have to lead. See, a lot of men, when they think about protecting their woman out in the streets, if something pop off, they think of like turning up on some tough guy shit. In actuality, the best way for you to probably protect your girl is to, okay, I don't want to word it like that. Oh no, I will word it like that. The best way to protect your girl in a lot of situations in the streets is to punk out, in a sense. Now, the only reason I'm calling it punk out, I don't think it's punking out. I think it's being smart and making the most intelligent decision. But a lot of people will look at it as you punking out. But it is what it is. You got to decide. You know, you want to look tough or you want to go home. Training day shit. You want to go to jail or you want to go home?
What? She is. You got an issue? All right. Really quick shout out to all the people that have been subscribing, liking, and hyping my videos. You're slowly helping out with the shadow ban on my account. Again, I appreciate you all. Let's get into the video. Excuse me. What's your favorite hairstyle to see on a black woman?
And then he asked the same fucking question. Like, what is his obsession with this hair shit? I mean, I get it, but then I don't get it. That's where I'm at with it. 2,000 views, though. He need to switch it up. That's my advice. Ask some different shit.
Favorite hairstyle?
Yeah.
I say an afro probably.
An afro.
Yeah.
And why do you say that?
I don't know, bro. Just beautiful usually.
Okay, and then one more question. What is one hairstyle that black women should get rid of forever?
I can't say that. That's their business. I don't know.
Maybe the wigs? Maybe the wigs?
No, it's a protective style.
Now, I want you guys to pay close attention. I was not talking to her. I was talking to him, but she inserted herself into our conversation. I didn't know if that was his girl. I didn't know if that was his friend. I didn't know who she was to him. So when she started speaking, it let me know that it was okay for her to talk to me because he did not indicate that she could not speak. So all the events that take place in the future, she started it because she started talking to me.
It's their business. I don't know.
Maybe the wigs? Maybe the wigs?
It's a gay ass take. That's a gay ass take on the situation. Okay. Gosh. I do think women should shut the fuck up more often. As y'all know. As far as if she should have shut the fuck up in that case, possibly. I do actually want to go back to where women like, not that they can't speak, but I want them to know their place when they should and shouldn't speak. I want to go back to those days.
Wigs?
No, it's a protective style.
It's not protective.
It is.
How?
It's protective style.
What is it protecting?
I think you should do your research.
No, I have. That's why I'm asking you. What is it protecting?
This is. I've been in this situation before. See, this is why. Okay. This feeds into more why I say like women should go back to like speaking less. Let's break down this situation. They're out in the street talking to a strange man on YouTube. So this is already you're already doing something you shouldn't be doing at this point. But fuck it, we rolling with it. He's asking this man questions. You interjected, and now you're going back and now. So we're in a position now where you're going back and forth with the man. Do you see where this can go left? So if he start getting disrespectful, now I gotta fight him. See, a feminine woman doesn't really argue with a man, especially over something frivolous. This isn't anything important or necessary. Feminine women don't argue with men. Period. So this is just all out of order and out of whack. For those two reasons alone. Why are y'all even doing a street interview? And why are you putting yourself in a position as a woman to be going back and forth with a man? And to the dude the host, I'm not saying he can't go back and forth with a woman. I mean, whatever, you're doing a street interview, I get it. You're arguing your point or whatever. But this whole situation just gay as fuck. Let's get back into it.
What is it protecting?
I think you should do your research.
No, I have. That's why I'm asking you. What is it protecting?
Your hair.
From what?
From the environment.
My hair is out, his hair is out, so why don't we need...
This is a protective style too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, why don't black men need protective hairstyles?
This is literally a protective hairstyle.
Yeah, so you're right. That is a protective hairstyle, but black women wear the protective hairstyle under the wig, but why put on the hat? You understand? Because the wig is just a hat at the end of the day.
Why black women? Everybody wears wigs.
I mean, he's wearing a hat right now, too.
I mean, I don't know if this dude said that I think this is her gay friend, which is fine, man. Like, look, if you're gay, you're gay. I know I've just been saying gay in a a certain way, but that's just, our lingo. I don't got a problem with them. They should just leave right now. They really should just leave. It's getting combative. I'm not about to argue with some strange nigga on the street in front of a camera with a fucking fork as a mic and go back and forth with a nigga. See, that's another rule. I really don't believe in like doing a whole lot of back and forth. Like for what? I mean, I'll speak my mind, but then after I speak my mind, I ain't- okay, agree to disagree. I'm not about to go back and forth. Let's move on. And we'll do a couple more minutes of this.
What white woman have you seen with the wig on?
There's white women in New York, in Jewish communities, that shave their hair when they get married.
Yeah, that's religion though. That's black women's religion has nothing to do with wigs.
Why judge a black woman? Why are you coming so hard at black women?
Because I want to see you guys natural. Like he said, he likes the afro. I do too.
Well, why can't you be diverse? Why can't you be multifaceted? What's wrong with all styles and not judging it?
No, you can be multifaceted, but when we see black women switch it up, it's always to straighter hair. And black people have hundreds of different braided hairstyles from our culture. But when you guys say you want to switch it up, it's never to a cultural braided hairstyle or something or an afro. Like
It is though.
barely ever though.
No, that's
I mean,
just
you
your
also have to
exposure.
consider, like, when it comes to jobs and everything, black hair is usually frowned upon. So it's also like they're forced to wear wigs sometimes, and that's how it came about anyway. So it's like.
So that was true back in the day, but today nobody's forcing black women or black people. Where?
Still is. That's why.
What
that's
company?
why they got rid of DEI. Where's the protection for black people? This country is oppressing.
But I mean, who's oppressing you today? Like, what job interview have you ever gone to? And they say we're not
trolling us right now?
I'm not. What job interview have you gone to? And they say you
He's
can't.
trolling us.
So you're trying to cut me out because you know I'm telling the truth.
No, you're trolling.
But what job interview have you ever gone to?
Sir,
and they
you need to do your
Can I
research.
finish? I can't finish. Have you went to a job interview and they say you can't get the job because of your natural hair?
They're not going to say that.
Exactly. So you're making things up.
No one's making anything up. You got to do your research, sir.
I've done it.
You have not.
I have. I have.
You have not.
I have.
No, you
but,
have not.
But black women are not being suppressed. You guys have the freedom to do whatever
Why
you
is
want.
this conversation about black women and their hair?
Because look at his hair. His hair is natural. My hair is natural. Black men's hair is natural. His hair.
Story about
So.
Now winning black kids have dreads and them getting
Yeah,
exposed.
but that's rare. That's not the majority of black men are not getting fake hair. Black women, on the other hand, have fake hair everywhere, and then they straighten their hair
Do you
too.
realize that women of all culture wear fake hair?
I do,
White
but
women wear extensions. Indian people wear extensions. Everyone wears extensions. So why are you coming so hard at black women, sir?
can I answer the question? Thank you.
You're
okay.
trolling.
Can I answer your question?
Go ahead.
I just don't want you to cut me off, but so
Trolling.
when we look at black women, more than 70 to 80% of you guys are wearing fake hair and straight hair. When we look at white women,
Your world, your reality, and oftentimes theirs. Remember, most people are not that smart, right? And so when I talk about men, right, and how they operate and these things, it's not so that you can be in relationships and date them. I don't do relationship and dating content. That type of content is for idiots, right? I talk about human nature so that you can understand how to navigate this world. Why people do what they do, right? Why do people respond to you in the ways that they do, right? I don't know how many times I have to say this. And so my ego, my self-concept, my self-esteem doesn't come from how other people receive me or how other people treat me or my connections to other people. My self-concept is homegrown. Therefore, it cannot be taken away from me by way of someone disconnecting from me or how they may act.
I can't take this bitch anymore. I thought I could maybe review. I don't know if I can review her content anymore. She just Anita and Tracy annoy me less than she do. Mm.
If you're single, emotionally available, and ready to meet someone who is too, applications for introductions are now open. This is for men and women who want something real, not casual, not complicated, not confusing. Once you complete your profile, you may be matched with eligible singles in your state based on compatibility, lifestyle, and relationship goals. No swiping, no guessing, just meaningful introductions. If you're ready for something different, tap the pillar link in my bio and submit your profile now. Your next relationship could begin with one introduction.
All right. Headed into the office this morning. I had to drop my daughter off at her volunteer assignment today because they're having a big thrift store sale. And this morning, I wanted to talk to you all about, this is a question I get asked a lot. I get asked this question a lot in the counseling space. And as a marriage counselor, as a couples therapist, I get asked this question quite a bit. And it is, can we successfully navigate marriage? How do we? That's the other question I get asked. How do we navigate marriage successfully? And so we're going to talk a little bit this morning about this before I have to be at the office at 9. The answer is simple, much simpler than you would think it would be. However, because humans are so flawed, because they are so sinful in nature, like it is in our sin nature to not apply simple solutions to things. It's like knowing the thing to do and not doing it. That is a sinful nature. You know what is right. You know how to do a thing in the correct way, and you don't do it. That's called your sinful nature. That is a human condition. And so that's a lot of what is happening today. And instead of acknowledging humans and their sinful nature, you all have chosen to demonize the institution of marriage. You've chosen to make marriage bad, marriage wrong, marriage with the state. And there are people, excuse me, who even believe marriage the covenant, right? So even if you didn't get married in the state, if you didn't get a marriage license and you didn't get legally married, if you just went to the church and had your pastor or your preacher marry you in front of your friends and your family. So let's say you didn't get the state involved. A lot of people don't even believe in the covenant of marriage. But we know there are.
I'm so irritated right now. So my husband and I are in the process of buying a home in Austin, and I'm so irritated right now. So my husband and I are in the process of buying a home in Austin, and not in a Republican way, but like it's more affordable. We'll still have a place in LA and 2 more blue votes in Texas as a plus way. But because of that, I've been on TikTok looking up like different neighborhoods in Austin, different restaurants in Austin, whatever. And at the same time, I'm having a conversation with myself.
Hold on. You can vote more than once? Wait, hold on. Like, hold on. Say something that's got me thinking you can vote more than once. Let me look it up. Y'all can make fun of me in the comment section. Can you vote more than once in the US? Okay, I couldn't find the answer. Y'all can let me know if you know.
Like I do every couple of years about do I or do I not want children. And so I'm looking that up as well. I'm like seeking out advice from women who are like in their 40s and 50s who made the choice to and who made the choice not to, and just like kind of, you know, gathering data. But because I have looked up Texas and because I have looked up things about the possibility of what it would be like to have children, I am seeing the most disgusting, foul, embarrassing right-wing propaganda, like red pill content targeted at me. I know there are plenty of people in Texas who are not Trumpers. And there are also plenty of people who have made the decision to have children that are not like red pill people, obviously. It's crazy that those two things, just one search, one day's worth of searching those two things, I'm getting a lot of super pro-religion, super pro-trad wife, super anti-choice videos. And it's pissing me off because it's making me not enjoy TikTok. I probably blocked 15 accounts today.
All right, so it's a lot to unpack there. First of all, my intuition, my spidey senses is telling me that this woman is all cap. And sometimes people get on these apps and social media sites and they just try to come up with content and they say some of the most incendiary things that would rile people up. But we're going to entertain it right now because I think it's worth the conversation, aside from the fact that I think that she's lying. This is one of the reasons why Texans say they don't want Californians to move over into their state. And to a larger extent, people in Tennessee and people in Florida, because they don't want your policies that ruin your state to come over to Texas and ruin it. Unfortunately, for Texas, there are a huge amount of blue pockets, similar to how it is across the United States of America, especially with regard to major cities. Houston is blue, Dallas is blue, even though the mayor switched over. Austin is blue. And so some of your major cities are blue, even though the majority of Texas, thank God, is red. And I don't think that Texas is in any trouble of turning blue anytime soon. But more importantly, you know, a lot of these content creators, especially on the left, I'm starting to see a lot more of them, are rage baiting, meaning that they're saying stuff that they know is going to upset people in Texas so that they can get into the comments. And then also people that's on the left over in California and all of these other places can get into the comments and then feel some type of way about the fact that she's saying that she want to turn Texas blue, even though she's from California. More importantly, the whole red pill spill, yo, I'm blocking all of these accounts, they're starting to forward all of this stuff to me. BS. But again, let's entertain it like it's real. Conversation. They really just trolling in a way.
I don't want to see that shit.
If I hadn't discovered decentering men content here on this app, to be honest, I think I would still be married. I would still be making excuses. I would still be gaslighting myself. I would still be trying to figure out what I can do to make this work, trying to figure out what can I do to make my husband happy. I saw this app a couple of years ago, and I had been married up until that point about 15 years. I saw a video on my FYP from a decentering men content creator who was stitching a video about a woman who was talking about her husband mistreating her. And she said, you know, your husband doesn't like you. Now, I'm an older woman in my 50s, married.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, she's probably right. Most husbands probably don't like their wives. You're not likable. The fuck? I mean, he's not a bad person for not liking an unlikable person. So let me ask you this. Hon. Do you think you about to go out on the dating market and be liked as a 50-year-old divorcee? I hope that ain't what you was thinking was gonna happen when you divorced your husband of 15 years. Oh, what up, Roadrunner? It's been a while. Glad to see you back, Roadrunner. Wait, good. Is it morning where you are? It's night where I am.
For a long time, and when I heard that message, I was really taken aback. I was thinking there has to be something else going on. There's other reasons why he's treating her that way. The explanation cannot be he doesn't like his own wife.
Listen. If you are a person that got divorced based off of conversations that you've seen from influencers and people on social media, specifically TikTok, I think you have bigger problems in your life. You have a you problem. And if all of your content is based off of decentering men now, because it's so funny, I did that review video last week of a woman that was telling y'all that she would never get married and she decentered men, and she had a huge major following and influence on women, and then she wound up getting married within 9 months. If your identity is based off of, especially as a grown woman, a 50-year-old plus woman that's been married for 15 years, regardless of what the state.
You hear that, y'all? She a 50-something-year-old woman, and she only been married for 15 years. You know what that means? He married her at 35. You know what I say about marrying women in that age range? Oh, you're probably gonna get divorced. It's a good chance. He married a post-war woman. Surprised it worked for 15 years.
Your relationship is. If the foundation of who you are is based off of what you've seen in social media from people that you'll never meet in your life, you have massive problems. And I mean massive problems. Nothing that happens on social media is going to impact what happens to me as far as in my household, in my marriage, and in my relationship. Y'all got to get off the internet and touch grass sometimes. I mean, take it for what it is. Take in whatever's happening from the news, politically, internationally, popular culture, or whatever. But a lot of this stuff is entertainment, and a lot of these people are really finessing y'all just so that they can build an audience. And you taking this stuff in real life and letting it destroy your marriage and destroy everything about you. And now, if you go over this woman's social media platform, which of course I'm going to make sure that I put everything inside of the description because I like to give credit regardless of whether I agree or not. All of her content. And good for the man, right? It's good that she actually, I think, in my opinion, left him because now he has the freedom to actually live a reasonably normal life. Even though it may have temporarily hurt him, he has the opportunity to live a reasonably normal life versus dealing with a woman that's easily influenced from the social media and the internet. All of her.
And so the thing about dating with my afro is that I actually haven't done it yet. Yeah. In the year that I've been wearing my hair in an afro like this, I have not been asked on any dates. I've not been taken on any dates. The approach I got in person the last time was like a man like screaming in my face, so that obviously didn't go anywhere. And I think the afro obviously intimidates men. It gives them like black power girl, and yeah, I am.
Exactly. Yeah. So they were right to. I mean, look, everybody tired. It doesn't mean like the pro-black movement. It's, I just don't know what. It's just not. What? How can I put it? People just need to do the fucking right thing. The pro-black movement, I just don't see how it's helping. Honestly, I don't know if their conversion rate is high from Pookie to pro-black. I don't think the conversion rate is high.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. So I'm not mad that I scare men off because if you're scared, stay scared. Fuck. Like, I'm not gonna make you feel comfortable around me if you're not comfortable around me. Like,
Yeah, clearly mentally ill, aggressive. Yeah, stereotypical. So yeah, I'm glad she's scaring them off. She's doing them a favor. Beautiful thing.
like the fuck? But in saying all that, I've reached a peak where it's like, a girl is getting lonely. A girl has been lonely. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, well, at least she's being honest. I'll give her credit for being vulnerable. A lot of women's egos are so big that they would never come online and admit that they're lonely. I'll give her some credit for that, even though that whole little performative shit that she did, it was cringe. And it's a scared little girl in there, like with most of these tough talking bitches online and in real life. Advice. Okay, let's just talk about the hair. What do I think about the afro? I like the afro better than I like all these stupid weaves and wigs and shit. Um, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know how long she's from what she said, she hasn't been rocking the fro that long. It's not like she's been rocking the fro for years and years. And I don't know how old she is. She still look fairly young. She look under 30. Let me plug my phone up. You think her issues are far beyond what type of hairstyle she wears? Or she would have been with somebody by now. She probably 26 or something, 27. Based on, like I said, that little mental illness outburst that she just had, yeah, her issues are much deeper than which hairstyle she wears. Let's see it one more time.
Not mad that I scare men off. And I think the afro obviously intimidates men. It gives them like black power girl. And yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah, I am. So I'm not mad that I scare men off, because if you're scared, stay scared. Fuck. Like, I'm not gonna make you feel comfortable around me if you're not comfortable around me. Like, the fuck? But in saying all that, I've reached a peak where it's like, a girl is getting lonely. A girl has been lonely. Like, where are the men? Not scared, not intimidated, confident, open, funny.
I just realized why the pro-black movement is bullshit. Okay, you're for the betterment of black people and you're pro-black people, but pro which black people? All black people? Okay. What's the goal of the movement? Complain about racists? That's what it seemed like it pretty much is. Complain about how the white man, fucking you in the ass. That's not making the world a better place, and it's not improving any black lives. So maybe that's why I think the pro-black thing is bullshit. It's people who make their whole personality, they're black.
Pretty privilege doesn't expire.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
Cute, tall, handsome, beard and nice hairline, nice teeth, at least 6'2".
I don't understand women and their sentiment when they come on this app, which obviously I know that in real life it is way different, right? There is no body that's outside that's not really getting motion, that really want motion because they make the adjustments to attract the person that they want, right? And so when she comes on here and she says this, it's a couple different things that I take away from it. The first thing that I have to take away from it is you can't say one thing and then be interested in another, right? And I know that the whole thing.
So let's break down. She said 6'2", great hairline, great teeth. I mean, look, Mr. Point 5 as usual. And that's why she's single. She's been getting used and abused by Mr. Point 5. He doesn't like her personality, which I understand. Cause see, you gotta keep this in mind, folks. These women are chasing all the tall, handsome dudes. Some of these tall, handsome dudes were looking for a relationship. I think people get caught up in, oh yeah, all these tall, handsome, charismatic dudes just want to pump and dump. No, at least 33% of them that this woman then came across and had a talking stage with or whatever, a situation shit with, they genuinely were looking for a real connection and having a girlfriend. But she's just not a likable person. So she didn't make that cut.
Theme of this whole video was being froed up and dating in LA as black women and all of this stuff. But the point that I'm making is that you can't say, yup, black power and you should be scared. And if you're scared, but where are the men that's not scared? Because people have preferences, right? And that don't mean that she's not beautiful. I mean, that goes without saying. She's a very, very pretty, naturally pretty girl. But me personally, when I see this, right, when I see her, and this is just not even constructive criticism, this is just the truth. As a man that has no fear whatsoever, is incredibly successful, and I'm outside on a regular basis. Right now, I'm in Manchester. I just flew over here yesterday from Detroit, and
I always find it super cringe when Anton Daniels talk about how incredibly successful he is. That's fucking out loud. I mean, I even if he just said, I've done good, I've done okay for myself. I don't know.
and I know the sentiment of people worldwide because I was just outside. I literally just came in. I don't even usually wear a hoodie, but I just walked in and immediately started recording. Is that the attitude, the sentiment, and even the attitude that the hair communicates is not intimidating. It's a headache. You know what I'm saying? It would be something that a lot of guys, I think, not all, right? Because again, that doesn't take away from her beauty, but the style says feminist, angry, problematic, black woman, hear me roar. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sentiment that I get from it. And so I would imagine that people in LA probably share a similar mindset, a similar sentiment, probably even 10 times worse. And as she threw all of the other caveats, I think that people can have whatever preferences they want. I have no problem with her preferences. People like.
I mean, I do. It's the reason why society is crumbling. Women being empowered and being able to control their own lives completely. Women are just horrible decision makers on the dating market. Horrible, and unfortunately, she's probably irreversibly damaged because once they get a taste of Chad and Tyrone dick and excitement, they could never be satisfied with boring old Joe and his stability and healthy nature. So, yeah.
Like what they like. Some guys like a certain type of woman. Other guys have, their preferences. And I think that women should have their preferences also. But at the same time, you just got to know that you slim down your chances of finding a person that may be best for you when you give off a certain.
I'll be right back, and then we're gonna go to something else. I mean, I got something in mind I want to go over. Actually, I know what I want to go over next, but I'll be right back. I want to go over this crazy shit. How I got more pretty privilege at 48 than 28. Yeah, I can't wait to break that down. I might have to this is cringe. The work I've done, this is the side video. The work I've done to stay hot as fuck at 48 and the one I regret. Okay, I'll be right back.
Type of energy, and then B, you also communicate the way that you communicate on top of all of the additional preferences. And so you just have to start asking yourself a question. It may not be all of the men. The question probably shouldn't be where are all of the men at. The real question should be what's wrong with me. And so she would probably thrive in a different environment outside of LA. But obviously, the majority of the spaces that she's in, if she's saying she hasn't dated or she's not getting approached because she's froed up in LA, then, you can't force other people to also accept your preferences while at the same time saying that you're not interested in a certain type of guy yourself. So I don't know. I'm not. I know what the problem is, and it's the mindset that goes with whatever it is that she's saying.
Just a little thing.
These are reasons why I hated staying in LA as a black woman. First one, where do the black people be hanging out at? I stayed in LA for 7 years, still never found out. The black men are not checking, or the black women in LA, especially if you dark skinned. I never met black men to openly say they don't deal with black women inside of LA. Like I never, maybe they was saying it before, but they never would say it out loud to another black woman. When I first moved to LA, I'm not gonna lie, I've always had very high confidence and self-esteem, but when I moved to LA, maybe like that first year or 2 years, it did like really mess up my confidence and self-esteem, because I never was in a position where I was always looked over by men, or men always just wants to assist me. Like, never had that happen to me before, like in life.
This tells me that women in general, and they try to make it seem like, no, I'm doing this for me, or no, I just like it. No, they do it for men, and they do it for attention. And that attention is the thing that feeds them. It's almost like it's their energy source. It's them aura farming. And they don't do it just for themselves. They do it for the attention of other people. And so when she says that her confidence was shot because obviously there was nobody or no black men that were interested in her in LA, and it doesn't mean that she's not pretty. It doesn't mean that she can't attract somebody. But the men that she was interested in was not interested in her, then all of a sudden her confidence was shot. Like, no guy that I know personally that wasn't in a relationship or wasn't talking to anybody or wasn't getting any motion from women in particular, their confidence would be shot because they know who they are. They are confidently them. But women get their confidence in most instances from the approval of other people, regardless of how they look. And then they, if they're not getting the motion that they want, they'll conclude that it's because I'm dark skinned or all of this stuff. I don't think that has anything to do with it at all. I think that there are so many other factors, but then unless you're getting feedback from other people that are saying, nope, it's because you're a dark skinned girl, then how can you automatically conclude that the reason that you don't get motion is because of that? It could be it could be because of anything. It could be because of your sentiment, your attitude, the places that you go and visit. It could be because of a number of different things, or it could just be because people are just chilling and they not on that no more. I think that a lot of guys nowadays are more or less focused on themselves. And unless you're giving them some kind of hint, like a really, really forward-facing hint, almost to the point to where you're approaching them because they chilling and they got options, I think that there's more guys that got options than ever before. Regardless of what the socioeconomic status is, regardless of whether you light skin, dark skin, black, white, I think that men have more options than ever before. And it's starting to show because women are losing confidence because more guys than ever are not necessarily chasing them around or trying to approach them and trying to get their attention. They're not tripping off of them anymore.
Then, of course, I went back down to the South and I realized it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Then I just met other black women that felt the same way in LA. It is a lot of posers and fake and facade.
Now it's all fake.
In LA, don't nobody got a job. And everybody think they somebody.
So a friend of mine was visiting last week and we went out to a party. Cute as fuck. The music was great. Beautiful people everywhere. Beautiful black people everywhere. I'm in LA. She's coming from New York. Me and my girls, whenever we go out, we are a time. We dance. We're cute and we dance. So it's not like you don't see us. And she made a comment where she was like, these guys are just standing around looking at us. Like, why is no one approaching? And some other girls overheard and butted in and was like, that's what LA niggas do. They just look. We started this whole thing of like, they want to be approached or they expect to be, like, I don't know.
Look, I just got back and I'm still about to be gone for another minute or two. But just based on what I just heard her say, look, and she got to be in her 30s, right? Dating is for high school kids and college kids. Y'all was supposed to have this shit figured out in those years. And whatever you think about any of these women, they could all go on a dating app and get a boyfriend today. So when women come online and complain about dating, they're complaining about not being able to get a top 1 to 10%er. It's not that they just can't get a decent man. It's just not true.
Know what it is. I've only been out here a year. That is very much the sentiment of a lot of parties where there's gorgeous women everywhere. There's beautiful men, but they're not approaching. And, you know, we had a little discussion about that. To add to that,
Well, first off, those glasses are fucking ridiculous. Let's start there. Those glasses are fucking ridiculous. I mean, I guess it up or something, but that you look like a boy. Those glasses, those are Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, and your hairstyle make you look like a boy. Let's start there. And you got a fucking, you got what that you got the shirt on that Ricky had on in Boys in the Hood when he got shot. So, so is this? I hope this ain't how you showing up to the events where the niggas at. The fact that you refer to men as niggas, we could start there with the bullshit.
there is this feeling where, like, in a regular discourse, that like black men are not checking for black women in LA. I do think that's true. However, I just left Leimert Park. I go to a cafe over here at least once a week. I'm wearing a t-shirt, some shorts, hairs in twists. Like, I don't feel ugly, but I'm not like doing my big one or anything. If you need a boost, or if you feel like you are not beautiful and want to be around people of color and black men and women, come down to Leimert Park. Do not be scared.
Yo, why do women all need confirmation to make themselves feel pretty? Why do they need a boost? Why do they have to use, or I like to say, Farm? Why do they have to go out there and get somebody else's energy in order for them to be able to feel sufficient in society? Let me know what you guys think inside of the comments about black women saying that it's difficult to date in Los Angeles. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.
I'm about to look up Leimert Park. I mean, it's probably, I don't know if it's gang infested. I mean, she said don't be scared. Well, why would I be scared? Let's look it up. Is Leimert Park dangerous? Oh yeah, considered a high crime area. No, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna go in a high crime area just so I could be around people with brown skin. It doesn't make sense. So see, like, this goes back to the pro black shit. What does it mean to be pro black? Is it pro brown skin? No, it's pro black culture. I mean, what makes somebody black other than their brown skin? Well, Dominicans got brown skin. I mean, it's a bunch of others that could have brown skin. So when people say they're pro black, I know they're not just pro the color. They're whatever being black means to them. Right? Is that, I mean, but what is that? Well, if we say that black people aren't a monolith, then what exactly are we talking about? I'm not going to a high crime area, probably gang infested, just so I can say I'm around some black people. That don't make sense to me. But let's move on.
Pretty privilege doesn't expire at 40, just gets more expensive, more intentional.
Yeah, I gotta record this. This is about to be so stupid. I might have to make this a separate episode. I Okay. Yeah, let's just do it. This shit is about to be so stupid.
Pretty privilege doesn't expire at 40, just gets more expensive, more intentional, and way more judged. You know what aging gracefully means? It means shut the fuck up and disappear quietly. Pretty privilege at 25 is like having
That's a hey, yeah. That sounds like a great idea. That's my interpretation of what aging gracefully is. And just fade off into nothingness. No, I'm just playing. Like aging gracefully to me is still maintaining class and sophistication and not making your whole personality, I'm a cute woman. I'm a youthful, cute woman. And actually bringing value to people's lives and being kind and having a likable personality. So people don't even care that you old because you a pleasure to be around. That's aging gracefully to me. Not this. 48 talking about I'm still hot at 48 and here's why. Tune in tonight. That's not aging gracefully. See, oh my gosh. Let's break it down. I gotta break this down. Obviously, she's not a bad looking 48-year-old woman. We can all agree that she's not a we can all agree that she's not a bad looking woman. I'd fuck her throat, no problem. Okay, I'm just being crass just for the sake of it. But I'd fuck her missionary and look her in her eyes. Look her in her baby blues. Um, but that aside, this whole thing about I'm 50 and still hot. No, you're not. There's really no such thing as hot at 50, even if you look spectacular for your age. There's a such thing as you look good for your age at 50. There's no such thing as I'm hot at 50. It just is. I don't care how good you look. You're not hot at 50. Why do you still care about being hot? That's what pissed me off. Why can't you evolve into actual? Why can't you evolve into an actual decent human being? Okay, that's the wrong way to word it. Why can't you evolve into being worth something more than your looks at 50? It's such a shallow, childish thing to even still care about at 50. I'm still hot though. Like, grow the fuck up. There's no substance in that. There's no integrity in that. There's no character in that. Am I still hot at 50? I don't know. Let's just get back into this horse dung.
and disappear quietly. Pretty privilege at 25 is like having a winning lottery ticket. You were born with it, you cashed in, congratulations. But pretty privilege at 48 is a business plan. When you ask a 28-year-old, it's casual, it's fun. When they ask a 48-year-old, it's a fucking audit.
You know, female content is just a comedy. And it's the most funny when they're not trying to be funny. Their ego and narcissism is just, it's comedy gold. I like to thank myself. How do anyone take these people serious? Hmm.
I have more pretty privilege now at 48 than I ever had at 28. And that makes people very uncomfortable. Hi, friend. I'm Cynthia Garcia. And
Ma'am, have you ever considered that nobody really gives a fuck about you like that? It makes people uncomfortable because you're a cringe human being, not because they're so jelly that you're so hot at 48 and they wish they were you. This is mental illness at this point. See, when people see women like this who are clearly older, they just think it's sad, like she's still trying to hold on to it. She's still fighting for her life to basically look like she's in her 20s still, which is impossible. And that's why it's so cringe. Look, let's be real. The whole beauty industry is built on trying to make old bitches look 25 again, right? I would imagine there's more women on the earth that are between the ages of, 30 and 90 than 18 to 30, right? The beauty industry is built on trying to make old bitches look young. I don't know. Well, let's come at it from this angle. I'm not saying you should just let yourself completely go, but what would be the point of trying to be hot at 50? You should already be married, so it shouldn't be to attract a mate. And from my standpoint, being hot is about attracting a mate and reproducing from a biological standpoint. So what's the point of a 50-year-old menopausal woman being hot? Hot for what? I mean, hot for what? I mean, we could say hot for her husband if she has one, but at that point, he's tired of fucking her anyway. Some Botox ain't gonna make him excited to fuck her for the 3026th time. Okay, I'm going on a tangent. Let's just get back into it. I got sidetracked.
and that makes people very uncomfortable. Hi, friend. I'm Cynthia Garcia, and this is I'd Like to Thank Myself. Now, if you've ever walked into a room looking good and watched somebody decide that they had a problem with that, this one's for you. And before we get into it, fair warning, I cuss a lot. So if you hear fuck, shit, or the occasional motherfucker, that's just how I talk.
Okay, I know I cuss, y'all. I know I curse. But let me just finish chewing my ridiculous. This is like a male locker room talk type of channel. If I really wanted to do a classy, sophisticated channel and I had all the background looking all nice and I got my face on the camera and I got a nice outfit on, I'm not going to be sitting up here saying shit, motherfucker. I mean, that was ridiculous. It's a conflict. She's trying to present this aesthetic like she's a classy, beautiful older woman. And then she talking about, I might say shit, motherfucker. It just is what it is. Huh? Are you a classy, rich, sophisticated woman? Or are you trailer trash? You see the conflict there? Never mind.
So if you hear fuck, shit, or the occasional motherfucker, that's just how I talk. If that's not for you, that's cool. This is your stop. But don't come at me in the comments. because I warned you. At least I tried to. Okay, so pretty privilege. Let me tell you where I first figured this.
I hate to keep stopping it. I hate to keep stopping it. You see how women always have to acknowledge what people are gonna. Their whole existence is about what other people think about them. Don't come for me in the comments. It's YouTube. Just be yourself and not worry about what people are gonna say or think about it. But that's just not in a woman's nature to do that. You think I come on here and say anything I'm gonna say and be worried? Oh, I hope nobody comes for me in the comment section. Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you where I first figured this out because I was a literal child. So I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. We had no running water in my home. We would bathe in a creek, and our rent was a whopping $25 a month.
Okay, now that explains it all. That explains it all. That explains the shit motherfucker ass. I might just start cussing. So okay. You have trailer park trash roots. And I mean, I guess you could take the trailer park out of the I guess you can take the trash out of the trailer park, but you can't take trailer park out of the trash. Even if you put the bitch in a $3,000 dress or whatever, and Gucci and Chanel, it's still some trash ass shit in some Gucci or Chanel.
We would bathe in a creek, and our rent was a whopping $25 a month. I shit you not. We had a little 4-room shack that you had to go outside to get into the kitchen to, and our oven heated that kitchen. So I had nothing growing up, but I did have eyes and I noticed things early. For example, I noticed that the girls at school who looked put together, who wore nice clothes, they got treated different. The teachers called on them more often for special favors. They got the best parts in the school play. They got picked for things. They got smiled at. They got invited to the parties. And the girls who did.
What up, Lady Wanda? Haven't seen you before. I don't know. I don't know if you it before, or I don't know if you just stumbled upon the live stream title. I don't know, but I mean, welcome either way. So this brings me back memories of being in high school. I didn't care about none of that horse shit. I mean, I'm a guy, of course, but none of that stuff means anything. And I think I even knew that when I was very young. I'm just like, this is all garbage. I don't care about being popular or girls liking me or getting invited to the party. All these motherfuckers is either just bullshit people or fake or whatever. And I'm not going to be involved in these people's lives after I graduate. I don't care about none of this crap. That was my mentality in high school. I literally don't talk to anybody from high school. I mean, I know some people do. For some of those people, they become lifelong friends. But I mean, matter of fact, let's Google that real quick. Let's get sidetracked real quick. What percentage of people have very close friendships into their 40s and 50s with people from high school? It says roughly 12% of US adults maintain close content. I'm sorry. Roughly 12% of US adults maintain close contact with many friends from high school, while 41% keep in touch with only a few. Well, keeping in touch isn't close friendship, but okay, while friendship dissolution is high shortly after graduation, about half of adults in their 50s and 60s retain a small core group of close friends, often encompassing long term friendships. See, it says the shift. Friendships from high school frequently dissolve, with only 35% of senior year friendships remaining intact just 1 year after graduation. Okay. Long-term connection. By the time people reach their 40s and 50s, only a small minority maintains many close connections, with a large portion has reduced this down to a few high quality long-term bonds. Friendship dip. People in their 30s and 40s, 34 to 36%, have fewer close friends overall compared to those over 65, 49%, partly due to the time demands of work and family, often leading to a friendship dip. Gender gap. Men are 50% more likely than women to lose touch with all high school friends within 5 years of graduation. Damn. So, okay. The men are 50% more likely. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Um, I don't want to say I don't believe in friends, but I'll just put it like this. You only get a handful of people who really rocking with you in life, and I'm talking like hard body shit. Like in my opinion, only most people only get a handful of people that's really rocking with you thick and thin, no matter what, ups and downs. When you have kids, this and that, like you just stay close with them forever. I think most people get 1 to 3 max. If you're expecting something more than that, you're probably in for a rude awakening. Yeah, I don't really want to. I have no interest in really anybody from high school. I mean, I talk to them on social media from time to time, or maybe they might or something. But that's not a relationship. That's not a friendship. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm definitely not going to any of my high school reunions. I don't want to see none of you motherfuckers. I think a lot of people feel that way. But anyway, let's get back into this horse shit.
Didn't like this bitch. We got invited to the parties, and the girls who didn't like this bitch, we existed in the background. So when I was in the 7th grade, I was in elementary school, and I know for some of y'all, 7th grade is middle school. I was from a town that was so tiny, we didn't even have a middle school. So we had elementary school that went through 7th grade, and then 8 through 12 was high school. And I was in 7th grade, and the annual sports banquet was coming up. And this is where they hand out, little awards for the best players and whatever. You get it, right? It wasn't exactly the prom, but in my head, this was my moment. Because listen, we didn't have much, but I had a library card. And I had been reading this book from the library. I don't remember the name, but I do remember the story. So,
Okay, I can't take it anymore. Let's move on. I don't want to hear her talk anymore. We got a couple laughs off this, I think. See what we looking like on Kick. Um, let me see. Let's see what this one's talking about. Why not?
Just exist, because as a woman you have just exist, because as a woman you have value just by existing, and a lot of people don't want you to know that.
There's no table for us to sit at. You have no money to buy the table. We're sitting on the ground. So rather ask, what do you bring to the ground?
Oh my god.
Okay, let me say this. She said that have value for just existing. Well, yeah, to people who don't know any better, to young-minded people, to people basically under 30, to men under 30, to a lot of men under 30. What is a woman's value to a man's life, specifically to a man's life? And that's the question. Do I have the answer? I don't. Let's just continue. Okay, I'll say this. After you have sex with a chick a few times, the hype diminishes pretty rapidly on her. Once you get tired of poking her, eh, her appeal declines rapidly. So my philosophy is I just if a woman's not gonna help you build something up, you really don't need her. If you already built, you really don't need her, do you? Just to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. But see, a lot of guys, they don't have options with women. So even when they're built up, they feel like they gotta just take whatever they can get and make it work no matter what. But let's just continue. But just paying for a woman to just exist in my house, I don't understand those guys. To deal with her obnoxious personality and entitlement and hanging pussy over your head if you don't do X, Y, and Z. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. I really do think women should pay men to put up with their shit. Now, okay, to be fair, women put up with shit from men too. But the things that women complain about when it comes to putting up with shit from men, it's usually putting up shit from dudes they knew were bad boys and players from the first day they met them. So they really don't got any room to complain about that. But let's be honest. In relationships, most women just end up being depreciating liabilities. Oh, especially, I mean, over a 50-year time horizon. So starting after y'all are done having kids or after she turns 35 one way or another, she should pay you a yearly fee to keep putting up with her shit every year she get older.
You have value just by existing, and a lot of people don't want you to know that.
There's no table for us to sit at. You have no money to buy the table. We're sitting on the ground. So rather ask, what do you bring to the ground?
Oh my god, she accepted 10K. She folded for 10K. You guys fold for a good morning text. You guys get turned on because a guy sends you good morning. That doesn't turn me on. Looking at a guy just thinking, oh, he's pretty. I've never thought that in my life.
Hello, my dears. Have you ever felt so exhausted with dating because you're just a simple girl? All you want is a man to pay all your bills and give your monthly allowance while regularly reminding you that he knows you're the prize. Yet it seems like it's just so hard to find men who are willing to do this bare minimum. The world of female dating gurus is a fascinating place. The women who teach essentially the same message as the manosphere, but package it as self-worth, feminine energy, and manifestation. But when you strip away the soft voices, the luxury aesthetics, and the self-healing journeys, a lot of the advice essentially just teaches women to view dating like a power game. The goal of these gurus is to empower women, or at least that's how it's presented. But many of them teach women to emotionally detach from romantic situations and to always have the upper hand.
If he's not doing the most, you should not like him like that. You know what I'm saying? You should never like him more than he likes you. If you're starting to like someone more than they like you, it's time to get another one. It's time to bounce. It's time to take a break. It's time to find somebody who likes you more than you start to like them.
Now, as we know, these days, one of the worst STDs you can catch is feelings. You gotta be careful with those, otherwise you'll lose your leverage. Something I've also learned from watching these gurus is that me simply existing is honestly enough.
Simply existing with a man, you're already doing him a favor because you bring so much to the table just by existing with him. Just by
Please, like, you bring so much to the table just by existing. Let's see what she said.
allowing him 24/7 access to you.
Now, this is very
You bring so much value because he has 24-hour access to you. First off, how is that true? I mean, okay, I'm assuming they live together. In those cases, that's not. true in reality, but so basically he gets to use my holes. So that's how I'm bringing so much value to his life, because he get to, hump my holes. Oh boy.
Very on par with some of the stuff that we see from the manosphere. They also preach this idea that women are born with value while men have to earn it.
All these women are born with value. They're pretty already. They're good looking enough. Even if they're a 5, someone's going to give it they exist because someone wants to fuck them. As a man, if you don't make your...
But is that value? Somebody wants to use my holes, so they have the value of a prostitute. So is their worth max? Because, okay, after you use them for 15 minutes, are you still going to want to be around them after you nut? For most women, the answer is going to be no. Most guys aren't going to want to be around most women after they ejaculate. That's why so many ejaculate and then evacuate.
So valuable, you have no value. You have to get up and do it.
Now, what they really mean is that men have to earn their status, while women naturally have sexual desirability. Only the problem is, someone desiring you sexually is not the same as valuing you. Men will sleep with women they do not like, do not respect, and have no desire to commit to. So no, there is a very big difference between a man actually valuing you versus just wanting access to you. But nonetheless, this perspective that women are inherently valuable is what leads to some of the more entitled perspectives you get from this space.
Provider men are the bare minimum, okay? So it is a spoiled girly support group. Provider men are the bare minimum.
Now, I personally have no issue with people who choose to do the whole breadwinner provider setup, live your best life. However, I do think it's very bizarre to call it the bare minimum. Darling, in this economy, have you heard about the cost of living? I hear it's in crisis. But the reality is the vast majority of the women who are actually watching these videos probably come from more working or middle class backgrounds, and the odds of them marrying rich is very unlikely. Most of the men that they will probably end up dating definitely cannot afford to have a stay-at-home housewife, and so presenting this idea as if it should be the bare minimum is very delusional. But the entitlement also extends to time too, with some of these gurus saying that men essentially have to pay you for your time and exclusive.
All right, I'm over it. So look, let's go over the kick. I'm gonna go over a Kendra and kick. Get out of here. You don't have to sign up for Kick. All you gotta do is click the link and watch. And I'm about to drop the link in a live chat. And we're gonna go over a dating show over here on Kick. This was a pretty lame live, but I hope y'all still enjoyed hanging out with me. I love my family here on YouTube, Rare Breeds. I don't know who that woman was, but yeah, I don't know who she is. She was cute though, huh? She was cute. Let's see if I can find her. Can I click off her? Her name is Patience Xena. She got 196,000 subscribers. Well, and she seemed like she got some type of common sense. So, that's a good thing. Spreading some type of positive message. Anyway, yeah, I just dropped the Kick link in the live. So let me put that in the title. Streaming on Kick after this link below. Once again, you don't have to sign up for Kick to watch. All you got to do is click the link and watch. All right. I guess I'll see some of y'all over on Kick. But if you're not coming over, thanks for watching. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. Remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play asshole on the internet, and I've never done anything remotely wrong my entire life ever. Keep your blood sugar and your blood pressure down to keep the Reaper from coming around. Make sure you get your yearly checkup so Satan don't catch up. I'll be Sensei out.